you'll have the slider management option. Well, basically, slider management is the option to put banners on the website or the app. Could be notification, could be event gallery, or it could be anything that the school wants to notify students, teachers. This would come up at the top, usually at the top of the platform on the app. Could be multiple sliders. Just put the image, or if you want to put any link with an put any image with an external link, that's you can do that as well. Um, yep. So that is where you put in the picture, to leading to any external link resources that you want to put on the app. Um, Next off, you have notification management. Well, as the name says, it's quite self-explanatory. It's where you create notifications to send out to teachers, to students, or to all the users of the school's platform. Could be we have some demo data here. Could be an upcoming test for students. It could be an upcoming event. Could generalize the notification and send it out to the entire school, or you could select specific students you want to send out the notification to. But I believe more or less most of the notifications will be sent out to the entire school. Again, based on the need of every institution, you're able to customize this according to your needs. Next off is the attendance. Well, given that most attendance are taken by, not most, every attendance is taken by the concerned teacher, this just allows the school or the principal, say, they have an overview of how the students are performing in each class for a specific date, specific month, just to see an overall view of how the school attendance is for each classes. Yep. We don't have any demo data for now, but the principal or the school is able to view the attendance on a monthly basis as well. Well, we have some demo data here. So basically, these are the students within 6A for academic year 2025 for the month of Jan. So you're able to go through the attendance of every students. Again, this is just to provide a high level overview of the attendance performance. The school does not necessarily have the ability to make changes to the attendance because this is taken by the teachers. Next off, you have the announcement. Well, this is basically similar to the notification option that I shared earlier. Again, we have some demo data here. So if the school wants to send out a reminder for any test or any upcoming events, annual science symposium, etc., this is where you create that announcement by putting in the title, putting description, attach any files, PDFs, more or less JPEG maybe, and send it out to selective sections, classes, or even send it out to everyone. Next off, you have the ability to create and manage exams. These are again functions that will be different for each institution. Some institutions might want to manage the examination entirely offline. Some of the institutions would want to manage it on a hybrid model. But yeah, basically I will go through how you could manage examinations. This is the offline exam management portal. Um, as you can see, you can create different types of examinations here. There's some demo data provided. We have some final exams for some classes, class 4, class 11, class 9, and so forth. It will also show you if the timetables are created. If it is created, it's going to be shown in green. If it's not, it's going to be shown as no in red. And you have the ability to create different types of exam. As said earlier, it could be final exam, it could be half yearly, it could be semester wise, could be unit test, and so forth. But this is where you create the type of exams, and it is important to note the information that you put in here because it's going to reflect each of the function that follows. So you will also have access to view the list of exams that are done and if the results are uploaded and reviewed by teachers. If it's not, it's going to be shown as pending, or if it's reviewed, it's going to be shown as reviewed. But we don't have that data for now, but this is just the gist of how you can go through a higher level overview of the examination. Publish exam result. We don't have that for now, but once the examination results are published by the teachers, it's going to be reflected over here. Exam grade, depending on type of grades that each institution follows, you put in the details here. Grade, again, totally depends on each institution, how you grade every type of exam. It could be CGPA, CPA, whatever form. Next off, you have the option to create online exams. So basically, this is where you are able to create different types of online examination, more so multiple choice questions. So you select the classes that you want or the particular class you want to create the exam for. Could be any subject, math, science. The title of the exam key. This is important because this is how the students will be getting access to the online exam. Set the duration, start date, end date, and submit. We have a demo data here. So we've set up exam for physics, theoretical exam, set for 120 minutes, 2 hours. You will be able to create a series of questions here. Again, putting in the selected class or series of classes here. Select the subject you want, put in the question, and you put in the multiple choice answers here. Usually 4 options, maybe 3, depending on what type of question it is. Once that's done, you put in the answer, and you put some notes if you want. Submit that. I'm not going to do that now because we have some demo data here. For example, if you open this for class 11 physics 11a, we have some questions here. Which of the following is an example of Newton's third law of motion? Got a series of questions here. You've also have the option here, the answer which is option 1. So once that's done, a question is created and students will be able to navigate through the questions and put in the answers. But yeah, you also have the answers here. Once they're done answering, they will be able to see whether they have put in the right answers. Well, next off we have the fees function. Well, basically this is where you manage fees for the students. You could create different types of fees. It could be monthly fee, entrance fee, admission fee, tuition fee, and so forth. So again, this is important because this sets the motion for the remaining options here. The type of fees will reflect in each type of fees that we go through later in the video. So once the fee type is created, we go into the manage fee option. Now this is where you create the, okay, let's go down to the type of fees here. So if you try to open one of the type of fees here, you've got the examination fee for class 10, or could be a general fee for exams. And then you put the compulsory fees, whichever amount, put the data, the due date for the payment. You can also put in the late charges, whichever is viable. You could also enable installment option for maybe fees, admission fee, student fee, whatever type of fees, depending on the convenience of the institution. So once that's done, you just click the submit button, and then it's going to be reflected in the type of fees here. Student fees. This is where you'll be able to go through the fees that are coming in from each class. Let's see if we have some demo data. Oh, there you go. So these are the students from class 6, academic year 2025. And I can also filter this out by the type of students that have paid their fees and the type of students that have not paid their fees, or type of students that have partially paid their fees. In this case, we'll just go for students that have not paid their fees. For example, Moa Cognac from 6A has not paid the compulsory fee for 2,000 rupees. And what you can do is go into the system. You have set the due date as the 13th of April. The tuition fee is 2,000 rupees. The due charges for late payment is 100 rupees. Yeah, so that's the total payment, 2,100. You can keep on updating this in case you want to increase the late payment fee. Mode of payment, cash, check, put in check number if it's a check, and then simply go into this system, and it's going to be reflected on the database as the fees being paid by Mr. Cognac. Next off, you have the fees transaction logs. Yeah, well, basically this is just to have an overview. It's an analytics into students that have paid their fees and that have not paid their fees. Yeah, we still need to put in some demo data for that. I'm not sure we have, but based on different types of month, you'll be able to see how many students have paid their fees, how much of it is pending, and so forth.